Let's now shift our attention to the United Kingdom. London's Saville Row is famous for its bespoke tailoring. It is a traditional way of making clothes made to measure with multiple fitting sessions. Usually, tailors visit their clients for these sessions. But with the coronavirus pandemic and travel restrictions, that option has gone out the window. But one tailor has now come up with a unique solution. Robots. Take a look.
May you turn around and face the mirror, please?
This is Huntsman, among the most iconic tailors in London.
Yeah.
Their bespoke suits are the stuff of legends.
That's on the right, and on the left, please.
Right now, a suit fitting session is underway.
32 inch.
Huntsman's head cutter is hard at work.
And the last one is the seat or hips.
But his client is not here. He is thousands of kilometers away in Seoul, South Korea. Welcome to New Age tailoring. Huntsman now uses a robot for fitting sessions. A telepresence robot, to be precise.
The quality of image was very important, of course. Being able to move around freely. We can move the robot anywhere in the room. We can move it up, down. We can zoom in, zoom out. We can take... What's been very helpful, even more helpful than actually being there, is being able to take still images of what you're seeing. So rather than trying to remember what you saw, you've got an actual image there.
Before the pandemic, things were different. Huntsman cutters would be on the road, visiting clients around the world for fitting sessions. But travel restrictions have forced them to use Mr. Hammock. That's what Huntsman have named their robot. Hammock was a famous cutter here in the 1970s. Huntsman is part of a legendary clique of tailors. All of them have set shop here in London's Saville Row. Huntsman moved here in 1919. If the name sounds familiar, it is because of the Hollywood Connect. Huntsman was the inspiration for the hit franchise Kingsman. The pandemic has affected business. Clients are unable to walk in, and Huntsman is expecting a 65% dip in sales this year.
The biggest impact for us has been the shut doors. I think had the closed doors and people been able to travel, we would have seen -20s, -30s. But for us, when the lockdown initially happened, I think it was quite a big shock in March for us to see how that reflected. Just on our chart, the fall off from March 23rd was instantaneous. It was like a light switch had been turned off.
The new technology was not an immediate hit. The cutters were not convinced. But once they saw the robot in action, they were sold.
Thank you.
Huntsman is expecting more tailors to adopt this approach. The pandemic may have unwittingly revolutionized high-end tailoring for years to come. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.